Very good positioning for the left hook after that punch again. Left hook or left uppercut. The combination that we were doing earlier was a right to the body. A lot of times people like this, and we can't get that right hand through there because you hurt your hands in the elbows. We go around the body. So the right around the body, moving in with the punch. That's it, around that body. That's it. We're here, and this left hand stays up. We've got to always think of a defence. Whenever we throw a punch, we've got to make sure our defence is there as well. Because as we go in and we're in that range, we're in the range to be hit. So it's very, very important. First of all, that when you lead with your punch, that you're first and you're obviously getting off first. But then again, that when you're going in there, that our defence is as good and as tight as it can be. So I'm going right to the body now, and so I'm coming there, in there and out there, and making sure that I can't be hit with anything. Back with the hook after it, right to the body, and again around the body. And again, as you can see, as Hussey punches these pads, I'm not putting this out here because the body's not out there. I'm making sure that when Hussey punches, that's where my hand stays. I'm not going to put that out there because the body doesn't jump out to the punch. I'm going to make sure that he comes to the punch himself. Again, let's go through it. What other punch we go through?
Roll-ons.
Yep, now we'll just show you to make sure some rolls and making angles. Very important, again, when Hussein goes under, come straight back up. If he comes under this punch and he's there, he's ready for that punch. If he goes under this punch and he's there, he's ready for that punch. If he goes under now properly and goes under the angle, he's there for no punch. And that's what we've got to try to teach all our young fighters, to make sure that when they go under the punch, they go and make an angle. That way, if he goes under this punch and he's made an angle, I have to come around here to look to hit him, and as I come there, hopefully, because he went under that punch first, he's going to be there to counter punch me first. So let's make a couple of angles. 1, 2, under and under. Just see where he is, stay low. Under and under. That's where he is. See that? He's right there to push me away from him. If there's nothing on, he's under. That's it. And again, he goes under that punch. He's under that punch without coming up. He can either turn me, he can push me away, or he can punch me. And every time that he's done that, if you notice really close, he stays as low as he can, so I can't hit him. It's all about defence as well. Having a good offence is usually the best form of defence, and that's what we're trying to get on through to you right now. So he's under, stay low. Under, stays low. There's nothing there for me to do to him. And again, he can turn me. Okay? 1, 2. Side, under. Slip, and under. Stay low. Nice on that. The secret is staying low because, again, offense, just being there. Pressure's not punching your opponent all the time. Pressure's the thought of you being hit. Like Mike Tyson, for instance, when he fought, even if he wasn't throwing punches, he was bobbing and weaving, he was this far away from you. And just that pressure, the thought of him getting hit, made his opponents get tired. And that's what we're trying to do. That's why that interval training and this training is so important to know. That if I'm just going to go under a punch and come back in front of my opponent, I'm going to get hit. If I'm going to go under and learn to pivot and learn to use these feet and learn to have good balance, I will not get hurt as much, I will not get hit as much, and we'll be successful in our fights. And the real secret to winning fights is making your opponent fight your fight. And usually if you're putting pressure on your opponent, your opponent finds it very, very hard to cope. Me, I was a pressure fighter. I tried to stick as close as I could to my opponent and put as much pressure on him as I could. A good offense is a good defense as well, and I thought that when I fought, that was my strongest point. Now I'm going to show you a few little tricks with this upper torso bag. I was just wishing all my opponents was like him and didn't have long arms. I would have been much safer in the ring. I could have still been fighting today if my opponents all looked like this upper torso bag. But now I'm going to just show you a few little moves on this body here, and I'm going to just show you the correct way to punch, the correct way to put pressure on an opponent. The correct way to put pressure on an opponent is having your hands nice and high, having good hip movement, being able to slip your punch as we slip, being able to punch. Nice and short. If I come to here and I show this guy that I'm going to punch him, all that happens then, my opponent just drops his arm down, twists to the side, and he takes 50 to 60% of my power away from me because I showed him my punch. So it's very important. I slip that side, slip, boom, nice short punch. Slip, slip, boom, boom. Nice short punch. Body, body, boom. Nice and short. Everything's nice and short. We're rolling in there. We're putting pressure on our opponent. Making angles. Keeping nice and close. We don't want to get off him. We want to be nice and close. Just thinking, looking, working on your defense. Nice short. Again, if we get long, it's always pushing the jab out. It's not pushing it out too far. Pushing it out, just trying to blind him. Jabbing nice and high. Keeping that right hand up nice and controlled. Ready to throw that right hand. Always ready. Feeding the right hand. Boom. Right hand. Don't always have to throw it to the head or to the chin. Boom. We can throw the right hand to the chest. Very effective punch. Again, right hand to the body. Very effective punch. We've got to make sure that if we're going to throw those punches, that our left hand's nice and high. So, ready to block. Here's that nice long hook now. Again, it's coming from the feet. Straight right hand. This is good fun. This guy doesn't hit back. But that's the name of the game. If we can put pressure on our opponent and keep him in a defensive mode, he won't be able to hit us back. Just a few other punches now. They're not conventional, but in a lot of fights, when you're fighting guys who are very defensive, they often work. This is going to be the right bolo punch. Again, we're just feinting with this hand. We're feinting. It's very important to have a good feint. As we feint, that right hand bowls right over to the side of the temple, to the side of the jaw. But very important to feint. Let that guy think we're going to his body, and bang, we hit him nice and hard. We don't even look at his head, we're just tapping away. We're looking here, feinting, If this one lands, that one will finish him off. Very, very important. I'm going to try it on one of these guys here very shortly. Again, just walking, looking. Always good balance. It comes from the feet. Watch the feet. Feet are still there. Feet are still there. Same. Nice straight jab to the chest or to the abdominal area. But we're not looking again. We're feinting. Look in the head. Nice straight body punch. Up. If this starts landing, your opponent will start to drop his hands. When he drops his hands, we balk with the left hand to the body, we feint to the body, and we shoot the right hand straight to the chin. Very, very effective punch. We've hit him to the body, we've brought his hands down, we feint. If that right hand lands, very important to be in position for that next punch. We have a lot of fighters today, they'll throw that one punch, all of a sudden they're out of position to throw their second punch. Very important that after we throw that first punch, our legs are in the right position to follow up. Because that opportunity that we miss, we won't catch up. And if we miss that opportunity to knock him out, he might come back in the next round and it will haunt us. So we've got to make sure that when we're hitting, we stay in position to continue to hit our opponent. Very important again, all comes from good balance. Short punches. Pressure, being able to make those angles, moving, If you've seen Mike Tyson when he was at his best, he was always in there making angles, always coming around the body, you know, nice quick moves. Very important that these feet move quickly.